Hello, English 11 students. Mrs. Jaden here with your video directions on completing the rough draft of your research paper. So this one is pretty straightforward, but I will just show you where you can find the tools, again, to make sure that you've got everything you need to complete this. So at this point, you have done your proposal, your notes, and your outline, and you are ready to start drafting your essay. So now we are putting it into prose form. So on my website, we're going to scroll down to the research paper directions, and we're going to open them up. And then once we get these open, we're going to move down to the second page where we can find that link to the essay rough draft. So let me open this up. One thing I want to mention as well, so when it comes to the expectations for this portfolio overall, so needing to have an introduction and conclusion, a thesis statement, body paragraphs, in-text citations, this rough draft is the first time that we're really implementing all of these elements in full, so keep that in mind. So for our research paper rough draft, we are, whoopsies, I have to change the directions on here. We are drafting our research paper. Actually, why don't I write that down right now? The first draft of your research paper. Okay. So to complete this portfolio, as with all of the previous ones, you're going to go to Google Classroom. You're going to open the classwork. Within that classroom, along the top, you're going to look for Unit 4, drafting your essay, and you're going to open the research paper rough draft assignment. You're going to complete the assignment as it's directed to do in Google Classroom. You're going to create your Check My Work link, paste it into the Google Doc, and turn it into Google Classroom. Once you finish with that, you are going to fill out the linked document here. It's that same Connexus Dropbox document that you did for the outline, but now you're going to highlight that you're submitting your research paper rough draft, and you're going to submit that document to the Dropbox in Unit 2, Lesson 13. Now that Dropbox is titled the Research Paper Final Draft. You are just submitting your rough draft to it. And then you'll just wait for my feedback before moving on to step 5. Here is the rubric for that research paper rough draft. So we're looking for developed introduction paragraph and thesis statement written in prose now. Develop body paragraphs where you discuss the examples, details, quotes, commentary on those individual subtopics that you planned for in your outline. You need to use transitions that help pull your reader through the essay and help show your reader how your ideas are building off of each other and how they relate back to the essay's focus. You need to include your in-text citations for all of your information, including quoted, summarized, and paraphrased information in your essay. Please note, failing to provide those in-text citations is considered plagiarism. So if I see a paper, a rough draft without in-text citations, I will send it back because we don't want to worry about issues with plagiarism. You need to write out your developed conclusion paragraph, and you need to include your works cited page with all of your source information. So that's what you'll be doing for the rough draft stage of this portfolio. So let's go over to the Google Classroom. We'll go to classwork, and we'll go to step 4, drafting your essay. The first one on the clipboard is the research paper rough draft assignment. So here it says pretty much the same thing as what's in the checklist earlier. Use the document below to draft your research paper. Please only complete your drafting in this document, and remember to include MLA formatting. Once you finished, submit the Connexus Dropbox document to the Lesson 13 Dropbox. So I'm going to open up this research paper rough draft document. You'll see when you open it up, it's a completely blank document. It's got nothing on it. When you open this, it will prompt you to make a copy of it, and you'll be given this blank document. So what you'll do is within this document, you will draft your research paper. I ask that you only do your drafting in this document. Don't copy and paste from outside. Just do all of your drafting right in here. It makes it easier for you to not lose your information because it's all automatically saved within Google. But make sure that you set this up for MLA formatting. So add your header, add your heading, make sure that you change the font to Times New Roman 12-point font, make sure that you double space it, and all of that jazz. But you'll just be doing it right in that Google Doc. And then once you finish, you will turn it in to Google Classroom, and then you will upload the that Connect Dropbox document. Oh, wrong one, wrong one. Here we go. Got it. As you are drafting, there are some tools here to help you get started. So on page 2, we've got information about writing an introduction paragraph. We've got paragraph structure information. We've got textual evidence information. We've got conclusion information. So feel free to peruse these or use your lessons to help you draft your paper. We'll also be going over this stuff in virtual class as well. So you can always use those recordings as a guide also. All right, and then those same documents are provided here. So writing an introduction links, body paragraph links, textual evidence links, all of that is provided. I don't have any links yet for works cited pages, but I will make sure to get those up by the time you start working on this portfolio or working on this stage of the portfolio. All right, and that is everything then for step 2 of the research paper portfolio. So if you've got questions at all about completing the research paper rough draft, please reach out and let me know. Otherwise, happy drafting.